over the rainbow, birds fly, over the rainbow.
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be joined by Big D from Big D's Entertainment's Rankings and Reviews, and we're going to be reviewing the 2008 movie, WALL-E. So, in this movie, WALL-E is the last robot left on Earth that has been overrun with garbage, and all humans have fled to outer space. And for 700 years, he has continued to try and clean up the mess, but has developed some rather interesting human-like qualities. And when a ship arrives with a sleek new type of robot, WALL-E thinks he's finally found a friend and stows away on the ship when it leaves. And he goes on this fun adventure into the world of outer space, and sees all these humans and stuff on this ship, and find out what the humans have been up to in the last 700 years. But this movie is something else. I can't wait to talk about it. But before I get into my part, I'm going to let Big D do his part. So take it away, Big D.
Hey everyone, this is the Big D from Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews, back again to collab with Ogre Boy on another Pixar flick. This time it's WALL-E from 2008, a film I recently reviewed last month on my own channel. Now, first of all, I do like the voice acting, despite there really wasn't much audible dialogue in for some parts and what have you, maybe early on, which is a slight downside for me, but it doesn't deduct any points. But I thought the voice cast, from what we heard, was really good. Among some of the voices we heard include Ben Burt, Alyssa Knight, Jeff Garlin, John Ratzenberger, Kathy Najimy, and of course Sigourney Weaver and Fred Willard. I really liked the setting of the film too. The setting, of course, takes place on a future uninhabitable deserted Earth in 2805, to clean up for garbage, and that's where we meet WALL-E and gets visited by a robot called Eve. Now, I think the character of Eve was really good too. This is a robot WALL-E falls in love with, and I must say, it was a very, very good experience. But I liked how it tackled all sorts of various topics throughout the film. Now, Thomas Newman's score for the film was pretty good as well, especially when it had, a song by Peter Gabriel in the end, and I thought that was good as well. Now, at first, when WALL-E was introduced, I wasn't sure if I would enjoy this film, and I never did get to see it until years later when I got Disney Plus. And after watching it a few times, I've come to enjoy it, and I think this is definitely going to be one of my 10 favorite Disney Pixar films. Now, aside from WALL-E and Eve, I do like some of the other characters. Captain McCree, who was voiced by Jeff Garlin, really good, and let's see, John Mary lived in the spaceship Axiom. That was pretty good. But I liked everything throughout this film. The animation was really good. So was some of the footage they used. It kind of made it look like you were seeing an old film or something like that. And hearing some old music and what have you throughout. So, that was pretty good too. So, again, as I've said, I think WALL-E was incredible and amazing. I really enjoyed it. Again, as I've said, this will definitely make become one of my 10 favorite Pixar films of all time. Also, I would definitely recommend this to anybody who hasn't seen it yet. So as always, thank you for making me a part of this, Ogre Boy. This is the Big D saying, see ya.
Thank you, Big D. It's great having you on here as always. And I always enjoy seeing your reviews and stuff. And this movie, I love this movie. This is easily a Pixar masterpiece. And I've always loved it and everything. Ever since it first came out, I thought it was a really good movie. and everything. I did think it was a little overhyped when it first came out, but I still loved it. Didn't think it didn't take away from the movie at all for me. But rewatching it as an adult and everything, and I hadn't seen it in about 10 years or so. I was like, man, this movie is way better than I remembered it to be. Our main character Wally is just absolutely adorable, and I absolutely love him. He's just one of the most lovable Pixar characters, and his friendship and romance with Eve is just so beautifully written, and it's so adorable seeing them two together and everything. They are easily one of the best Pixar couples as well. And the animation is gorgeous, and it holds up really well. Like it looks great and like almost realistic at times and everything. In fact, this is one of the few Pixar movies that actually brought some live action characters in it too. And you had Fred Willard playing like the president of the United States or something like that. And it was really cool getting to see that and everything. And I think Thomas Newman's score is great too. It fits the tone of the movie very well, and he does a really great job at doing movie scores. I love most of the stuff that he's done and everything. Although I think his work on Finding Nemo and Finding Dory was a little bit better than this, but it's still a great score from him. And the voice casts are really great too. All the ones who do the robot noises and stuff are great. And then you got John Katzenberg, who is Pixar's Good Luck Charm and stuff from that time period, was in here, and Sigourney Weaver, and I want to say there were some other good people in here, but those were the main ones that I could think of off the top of my head. But Ben Bird and Alyssa Knight, who voice Wally and Eve, do a really great job at making them sound like robots, and their voice performances were great, and the sound effects they used on the robots and stuff was really cool too. And like the villain of the movie is this autopilot and stuff, kind of in a homage to 2001: A Space Odyssey, and I thought that was really cool too. And Jeff Garlin as the pilot was pretty cool. So I thought there were a lot of cool characters and stuff in this movie and everything. And the message about the environment was really well written too, without being too heavy-handed and everything and too in your face. So I thought they did a good job with the way this movie turned out and everything. So all in all, I think WALL-E is a really great movie with tons of heart and a good message, and it's actually climbed up my Pixar ranking quite a bit and everything. I'm curious to see where it'll stay after I get done with all these movies and everything. But I love WALL-E, and I think it's another masterpiece from Pixar. So I'd give it an A+ for sure. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of WALL-E, and thank you, Big D, for joining again, and look forward to collabing with you on the next one. I think next week is Up, which is another one that I'm really looking forward to watching. So anyway, thank you guys, and have a good day, everybody.